transposition up and down, perfect 5. The first task we have with you to transpose on the perfect 5 lower. How it works? It works same way like we did with you all other transposition. First we check up with you the first key. The first key is A flat major because we have with you 4 flats. And now from the A flat major we have to go perfect 5 down. In this case we will going to reach with you to the D flat major scale. We remember as like we was in major, we have to be in major. Why it's not C sharp? Because the distance between C sharp and A is 6. We need only 5, perfect 5. That's why we have to stop with you on the D flat. It's going to be 3.5 tones. We have to add with you 5 flats for D flat major and move now all the notes 5 steps lower than it was written before. We can find with you that in the example these 4 notes are written already. And next one is the C. We have to turn it to the F. And let's see that it be in between going to be 3.5 steps. Next D we turn to the G, and as well it's D flat. We count D flat 1 tone, then tone, tone, and semitone. It's going to be G flat. We have this G flat next to the key written. Next note is C. We turn it to the F in the similar note like it was before. We can check it. It's 3.5 tones. Then A note 5 steps lower is D, A flat. We turn it to the D flat. And next one is G. We turn it to the C. E natural. We turn to the note. We have to check it up. So G, it's 3.5 tone. It's going to be C, and E natural. We turn it to the A. Just we need to add the natural sign as well for it. Now we add all performance direction. Then note C we turn to the F. This note we had before. D we turn to the G. Then again we have with you the C. We turn it 5 steps lower to the F. We can check it up anyway. It's going to be F natural. Then F note we turn to the B. And we will find with you that it should be B flat, but B flat we have written next to the clef. E natural, this note we made before. If we will turn it down, it's going to be A natural. Next one, it's E flat, so our note going to be A flat. The last note is D flat. 5 steps lower, it should be G flat. And the G we have written next to the clef. Yes, so we can find with you 1, 1, 2, 3, and 3.5 tones. G flat written here. Let's see with you the next example. It starts with the 2 flats, so it B flat major, and from the B flat major we have to go perfect 5 down, so 3.5 tones. And let's start B flat 1, 2, 3, 3.5. So the new scale is E flat major. In E flat major, we remember we have with you 3 flats, time signature 4, 4, and we start to turn these notes 5 steps lower. So we will add with you 2 extra line, 2 larger line. It's going to be the note G. Then from the G we count 5 steps down. It's going to be C, double C. Then from the A we turn it to the D. We join it all together. And we can count now with you that from the D, 3.5 steps lower, it's going to be just a G. Then from the double G, we have 2 Gs. 3.5 steps lower is C. Then from the note A, 3.5 steps lower is D. Now we have to add with you another medium D. Then one more time the D, we have to add it with the tie slurs before. Then we have another D. D we turn to the G, 5 steps lower. Then A note we turn to D. Let's check. D 3.5 steps lower is G. So no any accidentals going to be added here. So the B flat 5 steps lower, it's going to be E flat. Next, let's check it up. So 3.5 steps lower, it's E flat. Next we make it with a tie. Then D we had before, it turned to G. We can find with you the gradual ascending move. So we rewrite it. Then when we reach with you to the E flat, 3.5 steps lower, it's A flat. A flat we have written next to the clef. F turn to the B, so B flat, and B flat we have written next to the clef. Then we reach to the C, to the highest note, and after it we have the gradual move, and the last note C going to be turned to the F. We add all performance direction, and please complete this task by yourself. Just remind you that you have always to check 3.5 tones in between the upper example and the given notes. Please continue this example by yourself. Try to fit it on the one line. Next example has 5 sharps which belong to the B major. So 3.5 steps lower than the B major is E major. In E major, you remember we have with you 4 sharps, F, C, G, and D, time signature 9/8, and we start to turn the notes. Perfect 5 lower, it's going to be first note C sharp, and we turn the C sharp to the note F sharp under the middle C. Then next note is, we can find that it situated in gradual ascending direction. All other notes, then we have double notes, then one more step up, another up step, and the step back. So let's check it up with you, all this note. This note is D natural. From the D natural, we have to move to the G, and we have to add with you G natural because before it was G sharp. Next note, it is E. From the E note, perfect 5th lower is the note A, then note F natural. From the F natural, perfect 5 lower is the B flat, and we have to add with you flat for the B. Second B, we just keep it. Then G natural. G natural used C natural. Then next one is natural. We just had it D natural we had before. Sorry, from A natural we turn to the D natural. Then last note we just keep like it is. We add all performance direction which was written in the task before, and please continue it by yourself. Next task, we have to move up a perfect 5. So we have to decide whether where is better, but we can follow the clefs. So treble or bass. D major because 2 sharps, and perfect 5 higher than the D major. It's 3.5 tones higher. Let's count, please. So 3.5 tones is going to be A major with the 3 sharps, and we can find with you that all notes turn 5 steps higher or 3.5 tones higher. We can find all of them here in the example written, and they follow the key signature. So for example, from A we can reach to the E, and the next we repeat it. Then we start with you, the next note is B flat, we turn it to the F. We can find that it was the gradual move before. Then we have 2 more F notes, and let's check it up with you. This is B flat. From the B flat, we turn to the F, and we need to add F natural because we had before F sharp written next to the clef. Next note is the C, we turn it to the G, then gradual move higher, it's A. Next one is back to the G, and we have to check this note, C sharp. So from the C sharp, 3.5 steps above is G sharp, we have key signature. Then D note, we turn to the A, we have it. Then G, we turn to the D, then A and B. We have with you here the gradual move. That's why we can rewrite it. And B flat we meet before. We turn it to the F natural. Add all performance direction, rest at the end. Okay, so the next one, we have with the three flats, it's E flat major, and from the E flat major we have to move 3.5 steps above, it's B flat major. B flat major, use only two flats. We have to use here the bass clef. And time signature 2/2, we move with you these notes 5 steps above, we reach to the note D. Then from F we move to the C. Then from D we move to the A note. From the E we move to the B, and so on. So let's see with you the G. G turn to the D, no changes. From the F we turn to the C. So from F we turn with you to the note C, is 3.5 tones above. The next note is D, 3.5 tones above, it's A. Next one is E flat. From E flat, 3.5 tones above is the B flat. We have it written next to the clef. Then next note is D, and we have to add 3 ledger lines for it. It's going to be the note A. Sorry, next note is E, and the note E we turn with you to the note B, and we can check it that from the E flat it's going to be B flat. And then we repeat with you the similar note. We remember that B flat is written next to the clef. Note F we turn to the C, we had it before. And then note C 5 steps above is the note G. Don't afraid that you have to write too many ledger lines. Double G. And then note which C we check it's G going to be. Then we have with you A natural. A natural we turn to the E. And let's check with you. From the A natural we have to reach to the E natural. Next one is the B, and from the B we reach with you to the F. We remember that it's B flat, and from the B flat we reach to the F natural. Next example, as well use the scale of the E flat major because of the 3 flats next to the clef, and we turn it to the B flat major with the 2 flats. So the starting note is E, and we have to add it, we have to turn it to the B, and we have it double. And then we have with U D, which gradual move lower than the B, and continue this task please by yourself. Next example, next exercise tells us that we have to go with U perfect 5 up, but in this case do not use key signature. In this case we have to use with you the accidentals everywhere. So 3 flats, we remember that this scale is E flat major. From E flat major we move perfect 5 up. From E flat major perfect 5 up, it's B flat major. And now these 2 flats, B flat and E flat, we have to remember. And each time when we will meet with U, B, and E, we have to add them next to the note. So we start with U to move the first bar, then the next we reach to the D, double D with adding the tie. The next we have with U 2 rests, 2 quaver rests. A we turn to the E, and now you can find that E flat should be. We have to write with U E flat. Next note is D. Then gradual descending move. We turn it 5 steps lower each, and we find B flat. Then A, then we turn to the B flat. We no need to write it twice because it was already written in this bar. Now we have C and G. The last note we turn to the D, etc. Let's see with you the next example. It has A major scale because of the 3 sharps, and from the A major we reach with you to the E major perfect 5 up. In E major you remember that there are 4 sharps F, C, G, and D, and we have to remember about them only. So the first note we turn to the G, and we have to add with you the G sharp. Next note we turn to F, so F sharp. Next note is the E, and it's just the E, we join it together. G we turn to the D, and D has the sharp. Then A we turn to E, F sharp to the C sharp, then A to the E, we join them together under one beat, then at O performance direction, Next note is B. We turn it to the F sharp, and we have to write this F sharp, double dots, rest quaver, another quaver rest, and we start with you with a G sharp again, then F sharp, A turn to E, join them together, G sharp, we turn to the D sharp, A to E, F sharp to the C sharp, C sharp to the G sharp. Next you have quaver rest, then F sharp you turn to the C sharp, and you repeat all this time the C sharp at O performance direction. Second line please complete by yourself. Example C has two options, one in C major, and when you turn it, it's going to be G major. With the one sharp, you have to remember about F sharp, and each time when you will meet the note F, you will add the sharp next to it. And the next one is E. Then B, you turn to the F, and this is F sharp should be. Like this, please continue. Next line is written in the B major because it has 5 sharps, and it's going to be turned to the F sharp major. In F sharp major, we have with you 6 sharps. So all the notes will include the sharp except of the B. So the first note is the C sharp, next note D sharp, next one F sharp, all of them going to be written. Then we have with you another C sharp, and we have to write it twice because they are not situated on one line. The same with the D sharp. Then we have another D sharp, and this is the new bar, we have to add it, another G sharp, and so on. Please continue by yourself these tasks, complete it, and send it on my email. Thank you.